and it says to slip the first stitch and knit 2 together, but I don't, that's for the edge. So I'm going to slip the first stitch, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. Now that brings me to the next step, which is knit into the first of the 5 yarn overs, leaving the yarn over on the needle. You getting it?
Yes.
Pass the previous stitch over. Switch to the size 11 crochet hook. Before placing beads on the next stitch, pull out the stitch to make room for the beads and tighten it up to the crochet hook afterwards. When directed to purl or knit, treat the hook like a knitting needle and move the yarn in the appropriate direction. Okay, it says place 3 glass beads on the crochet hook. Alright, sorry. Place 3 glass beads on stitch on the hook. So I'm going to put 3 glass beads on the stitch on the hook. Purl into the first yarn over. So get this really good. So I'm putting my crochet hook like it's a knitting needle, and I'm going to pull the yarn through like it's a purl, pulling the stitch through the beaded stitch. Did you get it?
Yes.
And allowing that yarn over to fall off the needle. So that's that first stitch, and I'm now snugging up a little bit to these 3 stitches. Now it says place glass, silver, and glass bead thread on the stitch. So I need to do glass, silver, and glass. Okay, so you have to be a little finicky because you want it to be close but not too tight. So you don't want all these to buckle. Okay, so glass, silver, and glass is on there. Knit into the second yarn over. So now I'm going to go through the front, pull the yarn through, pulling stitch through the beaded stitch, allowing that yarn over to fall off the needle. Now we're going to do glass, silver, miracle, silver, and glass. These ones I place one by one because otherwise I lose track. So, do glass, silver, I don't have miracle, but these are the beads I'm using instead of the miracle. It's a tight fit. Okay, glass, silver, miracle, silver, and glass. So again, I want to make sure that I tighten up enough so there's not a lot of space between all of these, but not so that they pucker. Okay, so purl into the third yarn over, pulling the stitch through and allowing that yarn over to fall off the needle. Now we're going to do glass, silver, and glass. Which I dropped. Glass, silver, and glass. So again, fuss with the yarn until you get it kind of straight but not puckery. Okay, glass, silver, glass. Knit into the fourth yarn over. Pulling into the stitch on the needle and letting that yarn over fall off the needle. Now we've got 3 glass beads. Sometimes I just put it on the left needle to keep it from falling apart. Okay, so then again you want to pull on your working yarn a little bit and make it so everything's kind of snug but not puckery. Purl into the last yarn over. Pulling the stitch and allowing the last yarn over to fall off the needle. If you need to, adjust the beads. And replace the hook with a size 8 needle. So I've got it pretty smooth there. So now I'm going to slip stitch. Take my marker out. Knit 2 together. Pass these 2 stitches over. And then you repeat. End filming.